Hello, friends, and welcome to Tea Talk Thursday. I know we're a little late, but it's for a good cause. So, I am here in DC working with breast cancer. You know, it's my thing. You know, my goal is to have it eradicated. So, I participate in a lot of panels where we review grants and things of that nature to help researchers advance science forward. So, I think that's a good reason to be late, right? You guys agree? Perfect. But we're not going to be late because I'm on my lunch break and I've got to get back. So let's get started. So I am the mouth of IG at Tamika Talks, the thought leader at Life and Pumps, where I believe that we can find balance in the busyness of life. How, you ask? Well, first, we have to make sure that we're maintaining our relationships. We've got to do it in style, and entertainment is always needed. And one of my favorite things to do is to explore the world with travel. So come along on this journey with me and let's get started. So tea talk is something I kind of started because I am a huge tea drinker. So I like all different kinds. There's no particular one that I like better than the other. But I know that a lot of times when I go with my girlfriends, we sit around and we drink tea. And while we're drinking tea, we're usually dishing the tea. So in the news this week, my God, it's been so much in the news that it's crazy, 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 crazy. So Muller, everybody knows about the Muller Report. It came out. Well, he spoke out. Did you guys watch the live report? So I watched bits and pieces of it, and then I went back and I watched it again. Okay. I don't know if I feel like he gave enough information. Now, he basically agreed that Russia did interfere with the 2016 presidential election. Trump had contacts with them, but there's no evidence to show a conspiracy. So what does that mean in a nutshell? Because it sounds to me like basically he let Trump off, even though Trump said he's never been in contact with the Russians during the campaign. So I feel like there's more to the story that we haven't gotten. And part of it is probably we need to read this 400-page Mueller report. I don't know about you, but I don't know that I could do it. I feel like I should try because it's going to be the only way that I get some of the tea and get the real information. So I'm going to try. I am going to try. I'm going to see where I can get the report. And then you know that there are bits and pieces of it that no one has seen or that they kind of wiped away before it was issued. So I'm going to see what I can find out because I need to know more details because basically it sounds to me like he said he would have cleared Trump of any crime anyway. Conspiracy much? Then he's saying basically because the DOJ policy says that they cannot charge a sitting president. To me, that's crazy. If you're wrong, you're wrong. If you broke the law, why wouldn't the Department of Justice step in? I don't know. Okay. So how does Trump feel about it? He don't care because he is going on with his life. Remember last week I told you where he said he's not commenting, he ain't doing nothing until all of these reports and all of this talk about it stops. Well, he like, whatever, I don't care. Must be nice to be the president, right? So now what? So the only thing left, I guess, is for Congress to move forward with the impeachment. But will they? Because we already know that the House is divided. And right now, what will happen in terms of if they move forward with this impeachment is the House has to vote on the articles of impeachment, and then the Senate will hold a trial. Will it happen? I don't know. Let's see. What do you guys think? Okay. Louisiana. We're still back on this abortion ban. It is still happening in the news. Like everyone is still talking about it. So apparently, Louisiana House of Reps voted to ban any abortion where a fetal heartbeat has been detected with no exclusions. Now, their governor, Edwards, who is a Democrat, is basically crossing party lines in support of this. Now, here's my issue. You guys already know I feel like Congress needs to get out of our uterus. Leave our uteruses alone. It's ours. It belongs to me. It's none of your business. But for you now to say that it is illegal to have an abortion once a fetal heartbeat is detected. Let's talk about that. most heartbeats aren't detected until 6 weeks or a little later, depending on how well you know your body, right? So that means that even if you wanted to have an abortion, a lot of times you're not at the doctor prior to the 6-week mark because depending on what's going on in life, you're moving and shaking. Maybe you haven't realized that you're late, or, there's so many triggers for why a lot of times women don't get to the doctor until much later, because a lot of times pregnancy does not show the same symptoms for everyone. There are people who will have a cycle for a various amount of months, and then it will stop, and then they'll go to the doctor and they'll be like, oh, you're 5 months pregnant. So there's so many different variables pertaining to that. So basically, Louisiana, you just said we're banning abortion. Like, stop trying to give it a sugar coating. Say it what it is, make it what it is, and just know that you're wrong. Leave these women's uteruses alone. Nothing to do with you. All right. So let me see. What else are we going to talk about here? All right. So in entertainment news, hopefully everyone has seen Aladdin. So the ratings have not been as great as they'd like. And like I keep saying, part of the reason is people are hesitant to go see this movie because they want it to be like the original Aladdin. It is never going to be like the original Aladdin. Let's first state that. It was an animated film. You're never going to have an animated film be exactly like a life version. I mean, come on. These are people in the human flesh. Go see the movie, people. I'm going to say it one more time. Go see Aladdin. Come on. You've got to go see it to appreciate it and then make a decision. If you don't like it, come back and tell me and let's talk about it. But I'm sure you will. Will Smith did an amazing job as a genie. He brought his own personal flair to it, which was great. Central Park 5. It's back in the news now. A lot of things are going on about it. Ava DuVernay has a show that's going to be coming out on Netflix Friday, I believe. 2020 just did a little docuseries about it. It was hard to watch. It's very hard to watch. I mean, I feel like anything where we have to deal with people's lives and wrongdoings and things that didn't happen in the right order and no one ever apologizes, it's hard to watch. So I knew the story. I followed the story, and actually the one guy who I guess he admitted to doing the raping and all of that. I had heard his name on Law & Order, full disclosure. I totally thought it was just a name they made up because rarely are the characters still the characters, but I guess they use a name. Who knew? But for me, it was hard because I feel like at the end, it was very evident to me that the police chief still believed that these boys did it. He felt like the police did no wrong. But if you watch these videos and to see these boys at 15 and 16 trying to tell this story that I'm telling you, I felt like they were coast because these boys didn't know each other. So how are they saying the names of the other boys who did X, Y, Z? Now, let's be clear. These boys were in the park. They were doing stuff they had no business. My understanding is prior to this whole arrest, they were looking for the boys, a group of boys, like 30 or 40 boys, because they were in the park throwing rocks at people, harassing the bikers and all that kind of stuff. Doing stuff that kids do when they're bored. I am not excusing it. It was not okay, but it should not have warranted them losing 9 years of their lives. So just to hear the videos and to watch the videos where they're trying to recount what happened, and the one boy keeps changing his story, I really wish the video was zoomed out so you can see who was on the other end that he was talking to and figure out whether or not they were coasting him. Because he kept changing his statement. He would be like, yeah, well, Kevin held her arms. No, not Kevin. Yeah, Joseph. Like the way he was saying the names, it made no sense to me. As a mother of a boy, it was very disheartening. And I loved Salim, I want his name to be, his mother. You could tell that she never believed it. She stood by it. And she really was trying to fight for him and his freedom because he's one of the ones who never admitted to anything. He never admitted to nothing. He was like, nope. I really want his mother to write a book. And I feel like the two of them should write one together. I think it would be very powerful and would really shed some light on, kind of like where she was. But if you haven't seen it, check it out. I'm sure, you'll probably feel the same way I'm feeling about it. All right. Health and wellness. You know, May is coming to an end, and it's been all about women's health and self-care. So I hope you guys have been checking in with yourself, and it would be wrong of me being at this breast cancer event to not remind you that you need to do a breast exam. End of the month, breast exam. If you need to do it at the beginning of the month, breast exam. Doesn't matter. Get to know your body, especially as you are evolving. If you have a child, I don't care if you have a male child or female child, as you see they are starting to hit puberty, that is a time that you need to talk to them about really examining and getting to know their body. I'm going to do a whole little episode, some series on that, because I believe that that is the key to really impacting what is happening just with our bodies, the environment, and all of that. And I'm big on, you know, prevention, but some things you can't, I guess you can prevent, I guess, you know, it's half, yes, half no. But I feel like we can make an impact if at the minimum we know our bodies and we start treating our bodies better on the inside. More details are going to come about that. All right, so let's talk about, you know, my favorite. So last week, I showed you guys my wine tote bag. I even have a video of it. You can now purchase the bag. I will post the link below so that if you guys want to purchase the bag, you can, or maybe you just want to go to the site to get more information about the bags, you definitely can. And even if you don't buy the wine tote because you just don't want those extra little pockets inside, you can buy just a regular tote. So I have the market tote. I have this one. I have a few of their bags. I believe in what they do. I support any company that gives back and when they have something that's purposeful. That's just me. I will share that information and hopefully you guys will take a look. And if you're not interested, share it with someone who may be. Okay, now let's talk about fashion and travel. So Sephora this week is doing something great. And I don't know if it's this week or if it's just this month. Let me first say that. They have a campaign called We Belong to Something Beautiful. And it's championing, I don't know why I'm saying champagne. That's not even a word. It is championing diversity and self-esteem, self-expression as well. I love this. It talks about reclaiming your mind, body, and soul. What I talk about all the time, loving you. So this is a bag that I didn't even realize was a part of their campaign. I received it at a breast cancer event. Was it at a breast cancer event? I was at a breast cancer event. And I didn't realize that that was about to be part of what they were doing. So check them out. Give them some support because a lot of the money that they raise from some of the things that they sell that have these beautiful artwork on it from various artists, proceeds will go to some really good charity. So check that out. Let me know if you find something worthwhile that maybe I need to check out as well. Next up, travel. Let's talk about, now is probably the time that most people are thinking about what they're going to do for the summer if they haven't already, because kids are about to get out of school. How do you decide where to go? And then do you do day trips, weekend trips, like long trips? Like, what is your game plan? So for me, we do a mixture because our kids are so busy. And a lot of times we don't have the time to spend 2 weeks at a beach, which I totally wish I did. So we do a lot of short trips. So I'm going to talk to you guys in the weeks coming about great little short trips that you can take and things that you can do there. Of course, Philadelphia will be on the list because there's so much coming up in Philadelphia for the month of June. It is crazy. It's going to take me like a whole episode to really like give you guys just a tidbit. So next week, that is something that I will talk about just so you know what's happening in Philly. Juneteenth is coming. The Roots Picnic is actually this weekend coming. So if you haven't already made plans to do that, you probably missed it. I will try to get some highlights for you from the Root Picnic and share with you. But when you arrive at your destination, if you're staying in a hotel, do you unpack? Do you live out of your suitcase? I don't know about you, but I have this thing where I prefer to unpack. One, because I am an excellent packer, I can put so many days worth of clothes into a small carry-on bag. And what that entails is I'm rolling my clothes. I'm strategically placing everything in my suitcase. I like to take everything out of my suitcase, hang it up, let it, get refreshed before I move on. And then I like to see what I have. Because sometimes, I'm not even going to say I pack early because I don't. I'm totally a last minute packer. I may pack an hour before my flight. I know it's bad. I know. But I like to see what I bought, how I want to mix it up. And maybe, what I initially had together, now I want to change it up. So I don't know, but that's me in a nutshell. Yes, look, EJ is saying that she is definitely going to visit Philly. Wonderful. Let me know when you're here. Maybe we can hook up and have lunch. And if not lunch, we can always do tea because you guys know I love tea. That's all I have for you this week. I'm sorry that I'm rushed. I've got to get back downstairs to finish working and have some lunch. Have a great week, guys. I will be coming before you again very soon. See you then. Oh, and don't forget, if you are on Facebook, which you are if you're probably watching me, Monday nights at 9 p.m., I go live on the Disney Moms of Color page, and we talk about all things Disney. Who doesn't love Disney? Pixie Dust is amazing. Join me there. And then don't forget, this Friday, I will be live not only on Instagram, but I will go live at 9:20 on the Camp Squad's Facebook page. Join me there as well. Lots going on. So much to talk to you guys about. Can't wait to see you one of those days. Or if you miss those days, I will be back here next Thursday on time, I promise. Have a great week, guys, and do something on purpose. Love ya.